Alrighty, this one I'm quite excited for. It also came a lot earlier than it was supposed to, which I'm not going to complain about. Did I make this purchase on a whim? Kind of. Am I going to use the heck out of it? Yes, I am, because I'm so excited to be able to learn this thing that I'm learning. So, got a nice white box. I bought myself, if I can open it, I have now a nice drawing tablet. So I'll hook up to my computer, and then I have this software on my computer that's like a drawing software. And now instead of using my mouse, I can like actually draw. And I'm so excited. But I want to like eventually like design and illustrate all my covers. And to do that, I need to learn how to draw essentially and actually figure out how to do this well. So I have a fun little project that I get to start working on. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. As I'm waiting for my beta readers to finish up with Project A, I can start working on some cover ideas for Project A. Happy first day of Camp NaNoWriMo, everyone. It is now July 1st, and I wrote 2,444 words today, which was one chapter of the third book in a 4-book series that I'm writing. So I got that done today, which was my goal. I'm kind of hoping just to like write like one chapter every day, or at least one scene every day. But this was a very long chapter, very long scene. I wanted to add more to it, but I'm like, okay, maybe I can like add more in a different scene. But like in the next one, I think in the next scene will work. So I think I'll do that. On top of it being the first day of NaNoWriMo, I also, or camp at least, I also got back. I hired someone from Fiverr to beta read my book for me, just because of some issues I've been having. So I hired someone to beta read my book for me, and in the past like hour and a half, I just sat there scrolling through the Word document, looking at all of their comments. And whenever I do this, it's like I'm reading the book for the first time, because like authors can't read their books for the first time. But if someone leaves their comments while they're reading, it's kind of similar. And I think that's why beta readers are so important, is like to get that feedback of like what doesn't quite feel right, what scenes, like which like character, like just an initial feeling for the characters, because there's one character I'm not trying to portray her too mean, but also she's not the nicest person, so I'm just like, I'm trying to balance that fine line. I'm like, okay, maybe I went a little off the deep end at the end, but also I feel like that's what happens. Like I might be able to like reel it back in a little bit, but I also really don't want to. But I do have an idea for her to have her own story later on. So I'm like, well, if I give her her own novel, and it's gonna take place maybe like a year or three after this book takes place, if I give her her own book, I don't want people to hate her off the bat. Or maybe I do, I don't know. She definitely deserves a redemption arc, but not in the eyes of Amelia. not in her eyes. So I don't know what I'll do there. I have a few ideas. I had an idea and I completely forgot to write it down. I definitely should have written it down. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I have so many book ideas that I want to write all of them. But first I need to keep working on these. So, but yeah, I read through all of her feedback. She like did a in-depth character analysis at the end, which was super helpful. And then she also like answered some questions about plot and pacing and how I can better make it like get the readers to be more connected to the story. So adding in some, you know, description of the settings and everything. She wrote so much, and like there are things I still need to fix. There are things while I was reading through the feedback that I'm like, okay, I need to change this, do this, and this, and this. And I was reading through it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's just something happening after another. Like, there's not a dull moment in this story. There is not a dull moment in this story, which is fine with me. I'd rather have like something happening that all ties together rather than like nothing happening and then everything happens at the very end. I'd rather have something happening. So I'm okay with that. But it's like I wrote a good story. And the more I was reading through her feedback, I'm like, one, I can't wait to get my other beta readers' feedback. I want to know what they're thinking. I have one other friend who is currently going through it, and he's on like the second of 3 sections, and he's going through it and leaving his comments as well. And I have 2 other people who are going through it, and they're going to answer some questions for me. And I'm just like, I want to know what people are thinking of this book and the characters. I want to be able to talk about it with someone. I love it so much. The relationships that she has with her family and with her coworkers and her friends, it's just, I love it all so much. I also have a story idea for one of her coworkers that we barely see throughout the book, but also like kind of see a little bit. I have an idea for her. I have an idea for her book story, and there's just so much. There's so much I want to write. I have an idea for one of her manager's backstories, but it's not his story, it's his friend's story. I already have that idea kind of planned out. There's just so many stories. I'm like, I just want to write them all. I want more time. I want to write them all. I want to write all of the stories. But I want to go ahead and start taking notes and putting those into a Google spreadsheet so that I can start just kind of figuring out what I need to add in here and there. I really, really enjoyed working with this person on Fiverr, so I definitely feel like I will be using them again in the future. I'll still probably do like have friends beta read as well, but also I want to have her beta read because the feedback, it was so detailed. Like the feedback that she gave, I was like, this all makes sense. I think we'll be good to publish in November. I think that's my plan. Which also gives me time to work on Project Family, which is a book I want to publish next year. Like the next one I'm most excited about. So all of that stuff, it's all coming. It's all going to work together. And I'm very, very, really, really, really excited for you guys to meet Amelia and all of her family and her friends. And I love this book so much. It's a long one, but it's so good. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for it. So I'll see you guys all later. Alrighty, everyone. So it is the end of day 3 of Camp Nano for this July. I don't know if I already talked about my goals, but basically my goal is just to like write a chapter a day in a book. That's my goal. So the past 3 days I have done that. The first day I was able to write the first chapter, second chapter of this book. First chapter wrote in the month, but second chapter of the book. Maybe the third chapter, I don't know. But anyway, I wrote like 2,443 words. Yesterday I wrote 2,096, and today I wrote 1,702. So I'm progressively writing less, but like I'm not going to overwrite chapters just to hit the word counts. So I'm just kind of writing whichever chapter I want. I'm trying to go in chronological order just to like get the flow of things, but I also wrote way out of chronological order today. But that is how this nano is going so far. I'm just going to go ahead, upload, edit. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this vlog tonight and then post it for tomorrow. But yeah, we're just getting some writing done. It feels very good to be back into this. I should be getting the rest of my feedback from my beta readers today. Yesterday is the time you're seeing this. I have gotten progress. I have had one person give all their feedback to me. The person that I hired on Fiverr gave all their feedback to me, and then I have like one other person who's given me feedback on the first section, who's currently working on the second section, and then like 2 other people who are working on the first section, and it's just kind of like all over the place. And then I have like 3 people that just haven't responded at all, so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna bother them anymore. And I haven't really talked about this much because I'm like, I don't want anyone to feel bad because I know like people have lives and they have stuff going on. Like I don't want to call anybody out, so I'm not trying to do that. But like, it's a struggle of, you know, doing things yourself. You gotta you know, you got to be flexible and understand where people are coming from, but also like be like, hey, I need it by this day. Just one of those things you kind of got to balance out. But we are making progress. I've gotten some great feedback on Project A. I am very, very, very excited for you all to read this book. I absolutely adore it. I adore it. So I'm gonna keep probably going through feedback. I'm creating a Google spreadsheet right now, just trying to consolidate all of the feedback, see what kind of like overlaps here and there between the different beta readers and all that fun stuff. So Camp Nano is going to continue next week. I'm going to continue writing Siblings World book number 3, which is my favorite of the 4 books. And then I'm also going to keep working on Project A stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But that is all I have for this week's vlog. So if you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you want to see more content from me. We have the 30-hour write-a-thon coming up this weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, there are going to be 30 straight hours of writing sprints. We have an amazing group of hosts and co-hosts lined up, so it's going to be a fun time. I'm hoping to get a lot of work done during said write-a-thon, so I'm really excited. But that is all I have for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you guys all hopefully next week. Bye!